Hi, good morning. This is a video response to Avalonmoon91's video where she asks who says we cannot be witches. Now, if you look at about any field, religion, politics, lifestyles, you will find those that like to say, I'm a true follower of this, while you are not. And really, I think the reason why people do this is to feel better about themselves. It's about ego, nothing else. And, well, it's about one thing more. It's about putting other people's down and sort of gaining an artificial legitimacy for your views. So, yeah, we'll find Christians who says, no, only our sect of Christianity can be considered true Christians. Everybody else, they aren't Christian. You will find it in the goth lifestyle. If you're not a fan of such and such bands and such, and have been a member of the lifestyle for such and such amount of time, then you're not a goth. And you will find it even in politics. I mean, who was it? Anyway, it's I saw on the news this American conservative politician who had kinder, if you want, view on immigration, and immediately the other conservatives were, you're not a true conservative. Obviously, you cannot claim to be a conservative because you have these views. So this isn't something unique to witchcraft. It's all over the board. So if we get to witchcraft specifically, I feel that witch is not a word that anybody can claim for themselves and sort of own. Witch is a word that's been used by a lot of people for a lot of different reasons over the ages. Now, you can say that you are not a follower of my particular brand of witchcraft. Like saying you are not a traditional Wiccan, as in Gerardian, or, excuse my pronunciation of that, or Alexandrian Wiccan, or you're not a follower of the Dianic tradition, and so on, or you are not a follower of the, if you go away from Wicca, you are not a follower of the Strega, or you are not a traditional folk witch, and so on. But the word witch nobody can own. Also, I think this leads a little bit back to the debate that's been going on in the occult community for years. Basically, I have kitten hairs on my lips. I don't know how it got there. Basically, the distinction between Wicca and witch. Most of the times when I get the "you are not a witch because you are not initiated" argument, it's from Wiccans who can't seem to separate Wicca from witch. Wicca is a religion. It has distinct dogma, and you can definitely say that somebody is not a practitioner of Wicca. While witchcraft is the practice of natural magic. No one owns that term. Now, you also mention those that think that witchcraft is just about the spells. Well, some do. For some people, witchcraft is not about religion. It is not about a spiritual path, it's about the magic. And that's a completely legitimate way to look at it as well. There are so many different types of witches and different ways people can practice witchcraft. It seems that, yes, some people think that witch is somehow a protected title, and I only think that's arrogant. Basically, saying you are not a witch because you haven't done this, or you're not a member of this group, or you haven't had this initiation. That's just a way to make yourself sound important. And yeah. It is a way to put other people down, so that your opinions seem grander in comparison. We as human beings, we love for things to be exclusive. Just have a look at eBay. If something has the word rare slapped onto it, it gets so much more bids. We like the idea of being, owning, or belonging to some sort of exclusive group. I remember I was a little girl when I saw a TV show. I can't remember what the show, but the scene I remember, where one of they had this club of some sort, and one of the girls just invited everybody in that wanted to come, and the snobbish girl said, "Everybody can join? How is that a club then?" Basically, some people who are into witchcraft, they desire to be strange, they desire to be something extraordinary. They want to be something rare that other people can look up at. And they don't like the idea that anyone can study these practices. And indeed, anyone can be a witch. Now, as for whatever or not you can learn everything from a book, I see two sides of this. One side is that you can get a lot of information from books. Books are great. And you can definitely get a very broad base for witchcraft and a personal spiritual path by reading books. However, witchcraft is something that I feel you cannot only read yourself to. You have to practice it. Basically, that's what I feel the idea of you can't learn everything from books means. You cannot learn witchcraft by reading about it. You can learn a lot about witchcraft by reading about it. You can learn enough to start practice. But the real wisdom in witchcraft comes from doing it. It comes from doing the rituals, from getting to know the gods, the spirits, the elements. It comes from looking at a tree and not only seeing a tree, but seeing a child of the god and the goddess. It comes from doing a healing spell and seeing a loved one get better. The real key to witchcraft, I feel, lies in practice, not in books. Books are definitely necessary. Books are definitely a very, very big boon, and you can learn a lot from them. But where you really, really learn witchcraft is from practice. Now, I think that the person that contacted you and said you were not a witch was wrong. I think that he or she is arrogant and most likely only have some sort of need to prop themselves up. Actually, usually I see that the ones that are most vocal about being the only way to be true witches is the ones with the lowest self-esteem, because they then feel that even if their lives suck, at least they are something special. They belong to this unique club. Now, before I end this video, before it goes on way too long, I want to add one more point, and that is about power. Basically, trying to make the word witch exclusive is a way to get power. If you say that only members of our group are witches, so if you want to be a witch, you have to be accepted by us, and we decide who we will accept or not. That gives an enormous amount of power to that group. So I think that when people say that you are not a witch unless you have done A, B, or C, or initiated in such and such way, they are either A, on an ego trip, B, have low self-esteem and needs to be special, or C, are after the power of it. The power of being able to give or deny people the, as you say, title witch as they please. So yes, that's my opinion on it. Or to put it very bluntly, I think the idea that you're only a witch if you've done such and such is bullshit. So you might just sum it up as that. Anyway, I just wanted to say I've just found your YouTube channel. You have a lot of very interesting videos that I look forward to checking out. I hope you have a great week, and blessed be.